here for one last time, starting off here on your map, Null. It must be a pleasure to see this in the grand finals.
Let's go, man.
And I'm expecting some super tight runs here from both of these players, both starting off very, very strong. Ultimately, I'm going to say this is probably a Dylan map out of the four that are being played. Probably one of his strongest maps.
Totally agree.
Yeah, and we're already seeing that deficit that he's building up. He's about half a second ahead is Dylan here against Zla. But, I mean, most of these obstacles are fairly trivial, fairly easy to do. We know that Dylan hasn't got an optimal pin code input.
Jesus.
And Zla was super quick there with his keypad input and managing to catch back that deficit. Zla going for the dodge to the jump boots while Dylan goes for a full speed slide the whole way through and hitting the shot. So Dylan's going to gain a little bit of time there, but the deficit's still about 0.4 of a second here. Dylan making it on top of the ramp. So does Zla. Zla gets a super quick dodge after that. But Dylan is going to be going into the final room here in the lead. The lead is not big, but I don't see Dylan failing the flag room. He is going to be cutting corners here. He is going to be doing everything he can to make this room as short as possible for himself, to not allow Zla Bakica to catch up this 2-3 tenths that he's behind, if it's even that. Dylan hitting the last button, Zla hitting the last button. It's going to be a fight to the flag. Dylan's going to be getting up there first, and Dylan with a 1:22.3, an absolutely insane run from Dylan, from both players, really. Zla only about half a second, 2 tenths behind there.
Dude, I think the close game we had with Bunny and Zla on this map was just absolutely destroyed by how close that was. We haven't seen a double flag grab yet, but the flags are so close on that map, so it's hard to see. That there was literally 2 tenths in that. That was very, very close. Crazy, man. Absolutely insane. Zla is just, he's coming up. He's doing it.
He is doing it, but Dylan is going to take first blood in this 1v1. Zla has it in him to bring this back. Let's have a look how run number 2 goes. And Null, I'm going to bring back one thing you said against this, the Bunny match, where Zla does not go for the shot on the speed sliding part, in the ice part. No. Dylan does. If Zla goes for that in that run, he wins the round.
Yeah, for sure. Without a shadow of a doubt.
That's the difference between these two players, is that one shot, not going for one strat is more than enough to break the difference. You see Dylan here. Dylan missing the shot. That's going to cost him. Zla's got a quick keypad entry here. I expect Zla to leave this earlier. He does. And Zla is going to have a 2/10 or so lead going into the second half of this map. Can he hold his nerves together here? He
needs to take shot. He needs to take shot.
I don't think he's going for it. He is not going for it. Dylan is going for it. Dylan hits it, and he is going to recoup that deficit that he had after that button press or the keypad entry. Both players are going to be hitting this pretty much simultaneously. Zla not so clean as Dylan there, and Dylan is going to gain just a 10th or 2 lead again going into the final room here. And it's going to be all eyes on these guys to see who can complete this room first. Dylan hitting the button just microseconds ahead of Zla here, but both hitting the bouncer at the same time. I think they're level. They're literally level.
This is going to be super close.
They're level. Chat, they're level. Who's going to take this? Zla, Dylan, both at the flag room. I think Dylan's got it. Dylan hits the bouncer first, and this is going to be Dylan's round. Oh my god.
Wow, man. Dude, Zla skipped the shot again.
Zla again. It's coming down milliseconds.
2 points away. 2 points away for not taking the shot.
Insane. Insane.
Crazy,
he lost 2 points from margins that you just don't expect.
It's crazy.
And Zla had a very rough sequence room, the mid big box sequence room or the big cube sequence room. It was so he ran into a couple of walls. Honestly, those minor mistakes is what is separating these two players right now.
For sure, man. Couldn't agree more.
No one knows what the next map is. It is Castrum. I'll vote in for these guys. No problem. I can understand being in the grand finals, not knowing what maps you're going to be playing. It's understandable in BT, especially since we're switching between them so often throughout the day. Dylan coming into Castrum with a 2-0 lead on this grand final, but those 2 rounds, I mean, he won by a hair, Null.
Sure, man. Let's see if that sort of theme carries on for this map.
Indeed. I'm curious to see. I mean, Dylan, I want to put him as the favorite on this map, Noel. I really want to put him as the favorite on this map. I think Zla's run is not optimal. I also don't think he likes this map as much. I think we mentioned that in the semifinals. I don't think this is Zla's map, but with nerves, with everything going on behind the scenes, this is a coin flip in my opinion. Both players.
So Zla is creeping ahead this time.
Yeah, Zla actually gaining about half a tenth of a second lead here on Dylan in the first 20 seconds of the map, but most of the meat comes at this part here. Zla having, I think, a slightly better strat there, but I mean, too close to call between these two guys. Both hitting the shot at the exact same frame there, heading towards the mover thing, the jump up the stairs and the mover. Dylan slightly ahead there with a bit more optimal. I don't know if he got the skill dodge there, but he may just have, and he's going to build out a little bit of a lead there. 2/10 or so is the deficit right now. And Dylan going to be heading into the flag room. Yeah, 0.2 ahead of Zla right now. As long as Dylan doesn't mess up the flag room, it is a pretty routine room. As long as he doesn't mess up, he is going to take this. But Zla is catching. Zla is catching, and I think that extra dodge there. No, Zla, he went for it. He went for it.
He had to.
He had no choice there. Zla went for it. Unfortunately, I think it was all said and done at that point. Dylan, with a 1:10.59, is going to take the win on this first round of Castrum, taking a 3-0 lead in this grand final.
Wow, man.
Wow.
Dylan is turning up.
Dylan is turning up, and this is the crucial stage of this match. You know, the first couple of rounds. If you can build yourself that lead, you build yourself confidence for the entire match. Zla knows he's going to be coming from a deficit at this point. He is 3 rounds down, and 3 rounds against Dylan, that's not nothing. And to be fair, you could add the difference between those 3 rounds together, and it's probably not even half a second difference.
Without a doubt.
Here we go. Second time on Castrum. We'll be moving to Innovateng after this map. But first, we have another round of Castrum. Dylan on your left, Zla on your right. And let's take a look. Can Zla change anything in his gameplay here to be able to catch Dylan, to be able to outpace Dylan on Castrum, Noel?
I don't think there's much between these two guys. I think they're doing as much optimal run as they possibly can. Straightening out is the only thing that I can imagine that they could be doing better. But yeah, this is going to be super tight for either player.
Indeed. Dylan getting a little bit of a lead there, going for the dodge off the ramp rather than jumping up the ramp. And as a result, Dylan is going to have about a 10th of a lead here, 10th of a second lead. Not getting the skill dodge this time is Dylan. But he is going to be maintaining the lead going into the final 20 seconds of the map. Dylan makes his walk jumps, insanely quick walk jumps from Dylan. You can see the confidence from him. And yeah, this is just a Dylan map, guys. I don't know what to say. He is so... But he misses the bouncer. He misses the bouncer landing. And this is going to allow Zla to catch up. Zla had a better ramp here last time. This time, it doesn't seem to be the case. And Dylan is going to be going to the 2 shots, hits the 2 shots, and going to be grabbing the flag first. It could come down to the flag fall, but Dylan is going to grab. Dylan is going to cap. And again, another insanely close round there. Literally 2-3 tenths separating these two across an entire run of Castrum.
I mean, we haven't seen that the lift jump shortcut with the slime, right? Dodging around the side of the...
No, we haven't. We have not seen that a single time, I do not believe, in this event.
Just now's the time to pull that out, right? If you know it.
I mean, Zla has to change something. I think this map, I don't know, dude. I think these guys on this map are the same pace. Exactly the same pace.
Yeah.
I think they have the same run. I think they have the same pace. I think it's UT is going to decide which one of these guys wins Innovateng. Dylan with a 4-0 lead in the grand final. Here we go on Innovateng, a map by Oh Yeah. Let's see which of these players can hold it together on this beautiful map. Love to see this. Such a different map in a BT competition, but I think it just fits so well. The amount of different runs we've seen, Noel.
I totally agree. I really love this variation in runs from the wings. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, it's so nice to see something new in BT, which has really made other players kind of try to figure out what is the best route. You know, a new mechanic, which no one's really familiar with. Trying to see the master and see what is actually, what the potential is. Neither player going for the flame shortcut, and these guys are literally on top of each other right now. Like I said, I expect these guys to have the same route here, both going here, both jumping up. Will someone go from... No one's going from the second. Everyone's going from the third. And this is going to be a race over the last 20 seconds here. Again, chat, to see who can get to the flag room first. I think Zla is marginally ahead. He does have a nice run here. And yeah, Zla is ahead by... It's not by much. Who's going to have a better run to the flag? Both picking up the flag. Zla is ahead. It's going to come down to this null. Who is going to have a cleaner ending? Both players have a really clean one, but it's going to be Zla picking up his first round. And that was by... a 10th again?
Yeah, by a 10th, easily.
Zla getting himself onto the board, 4-1 null.
One of these boys has to put out the bun run, to be honest, to really push it home.
Yeah, it still shows. I mean, there's still so much more there. You know, like these guys could level up their runs, but I think they set themselves up that these are their cup runs, these are their event runs. They're not going to change anything. They're just going to go at it. They're just going to keep what they know. It's going to be fast enough in most of the cases. What a fucking match that was. And now we're moving into the second iteration of Innovateng here. Both players, again, I expect, going to be neck and neck through the entire run. Both players going through the spawn room here. No hiccups from either of them. Who is going to take the prestige for the first blood? It's going to be Zla. We expect his aim to be better than the Dylanbroo guys. And indeed, it is better. Both players hitting at Zla with 0.1 of a difference there, getting to the lift shot. And now we get to watch these guys dodge some projectiles, shoot some Skarges, and basically get a breather in between your match. It's kind of nice to have, to be honest.
I disagree.
You don't like the breather? You just want to go full tilt?
Yeah, full tilt the whole time.
And both players picking up the wings at the same time again. Zla marginally ahead again. And both players have such a similar run. Wow, Zla didn't make the distance. He's going to lose a bit of time there. Both players are now back on level playing field. This is literally neck and neck once again. Zla had a better route here last time. Dylan looking to be quicker this time. Indeed, Dylan is quicker. Zla needs to catch up here, but Dylan has a huge bounce there, but Zla missing his bounce. Dylan is going to be going to the flag room here, and Dylan's going to be picking up the flag first. Zla, unless Dylan misses the shot, which he does not, Dylan is going to be sniping another round here from Zla with a 1:15:58.
You can't be making those mistakes if you're Zla. You just can't.
Those are the mistakes that are going to determine this match. 5-1 in favor of Dylan. You might be joining the stream now thinking, what the fuck is this? This is like, how is this such a whitewash? I think out of the 6 rounds we've played, 4 of them have been split by 2/10 max.
Easily.
Insane. This could still go either way. We're moving on now to Azure Palace. Yeah. 2 rushes going at a rush map. For all the glory, I love to see this. Let these guys know we're ready to go. Good luck to both of them on Azure Palace. After this, we will be going back to the start of the rotation, back to 4-8-3-8, 2-8-1. But first, we got to deal with Azure Palace, and I'm really looking forward to this map, Noel.
I think this is going to be a decisive game between these 2 players.
Indeed. And one thing that we've talked about is the consistency. You know, the consistency between players. Everyone was always making mistakes in earlier rounds. In this match, very, very minimal mistakes, which is a shock for a grand final because you expect, you know, nerves to be playing a part. These guys are just in cruise control right now, neck and neck for the better part of 6.5 maps in a row.
I want to see the greed on the left. I think either one of these guys might greed a little bit too hard. I think that might be deciding.
Zla!
Oh no, Zla.
Zla missed the shortcut, panicked, went for the second shot, missed the second shot, and then he just walked off the edge. This is a free point here for Dylan. Can he hold it together? We did talk about this in the Dylan Bunny game. When Bunny died 4 seconds into a map, Dylan just went kind of a little bit too shaky. He's looking good here. He's got the jump rounds to go. That's pretty much all that's left between him and a free cap here. Indeed, Dylan is going to make it through. No place really for Dylan to die here. And with this, assuming a cap, he is going to be taking a 6-1 lead in this grand final now. Is it too late for Zla to come back?
There's a lot of pressure to deal with for Zla, I think.
It's a lot of pressure.
I don't know, man.
It's a lot of pressure indeed. 6-1 in favor of Dylan in the grand final. Zla needs to pick it up now. He needs to pick it up. If you're a Zla Bakica fan right now, you need to send him your energy. You need to give him something. You need to help him find that 1, 2, 3 tenths that are missing from his runs to be able to beat Dylan. But I mean, it's going to be a tall order. It's going to be a very tall order, Noel.
100%. Zla needs to get the caps in. He needs to not greed anything, and he needs to make it count.
The problem is, you say that he needs to not greed anything, but at the end of the day, he needs to greed everything. That's the thing. He needs a tenth. He needs a tenth or two to really level out the playing field here. And a tenth in BT is huge, but you know, it's risk versus reward. How much do you go for? How early do you dodge? How early do you jump? How early do you take the shot? All of those things are going to add up here. And Zla really needs to get on the board here. Zla needs to win this round. I'm saying it. This is a do or die round here for Zla. He has got the lead early in the map, but he doesn't hit the button. Dylan does hit the button, and could it be the RNG of the dodge up to the button that decides this map? It is certainly looking like that right now, Noel.
I don't know what to say, man.
Dylan on the lift jumps. We saw him struggling here earlier. He makes it no problem. Zla also makes it no problem. At this point, the only thing that this is going to come down to is that dodge and the shot that is coming up in the room after where Dylan is now. Hit the button. This. You need to make this. Dylan makes it. Zla makes it, but Dylan is way ahead because of that button press. And Dylan, a commanding lead here, and he's going to make it even more commanding, taking us to 7-1.
Wow. I was not expecting this.
I honestly could have been 4-4 right now.
Yeah, it could have been 7-1 the other way.
It could have. I mean, Dylan has won probably 3 rounds convincingly. The other rounds he won by the skin of his teeth, honestly, like just nothing. But because of those rounds, because of those clutches that he made, because of that 1/10, 2/10 here and there, it's resulted in him getting a 7-1 lead. We're back to the first map of the rotation. 4-8, 3-8, 2-8, 1. And I'm gonna do a great thing here, is to ban someone in my chat because it needs to be done. Yeah, we got some haters in the chat. Done. See you later. Thanks for playing. Back into the action here in the grand final. 7-1 in favor of Dylan. Dylan already with the lead here, and Zla not hitting his shot. Zla missing the shot 3, 4, maybe even 5 times there, allowing Dylan to grab the lead. And Dylan, even with his slow keypad entry, it's not going to be enough for Zla to be able to catch up. He is going to catch up a little bit, but it's going to be all eyes on the left-hand side of your screen here. Dylan's got an insane speed sliding room here. Zla is only just getting there now. Dylan hitting the shot. Yeah. Doesn't go for the shot. It clips on the wall as well, which is going to lose him 2 seconds maybe.
Dylan fails.
And Zla. Could this be the turning point in the match for Zla Bakica? He does not know it, but he is in the lead. Dylan falls again. Is this the first sign of nerves from Dylan? Is this the start of a train wreck for the Belgian? I'm not sure.
I mean, we've seen it before, right?
We have seen it before. Nerves do get better of the Dylan guy, and Zla is going to have the opportunity here to take one back. Can he make this 7-2? As long as he doesn't fail this. Indeed, he has. And Zla picking one back, bringing us to 7-2 here on 4-8, 3-8, 2-8, 1. And the great news for Zla is we're playing this map again. And Dylan, with those chokes in the sequence room, you know, he's not going to have a whole lot of confidence going into this next run. He needs to reset.
He's
but
definitely going to be rattled after that. He's going to be 100% rattled.
He's going to be rattled. It is definitely affecting him. You know, he wanted to continue that streak of flawless runs. Unfortunately, he's hit a road bump. Now, the question is, how will Dylan's mental handle this? Will Dylan be able to shake that off, realize that he's got a 5-point lead here? It's nothing that he has to worry about. Or is he just going to start parlaying this into more and more mistakes? Only time will tell, Noel.
Let's see what Zla's got for us.
Yeah, Zla needs to be quick. I mean, the one good thing that Zla has got going for him, even if he's slower in... Oh, Zla, you got to hit that shot. Again, 3.
Dude.
4th time for Zla. That's 4 seconds that he is losing to Dylan. He gains probably half a second back here on the keypad, but it's not enough. He's going to have to hope for yet again another mistake from Dylan. Otherwise, he's basically just throwing that away just by taking too long on that shot.
He needs to take the shot. Zla needs to take the shot. I don't know how many times I've got to say it, but he needs to do it. And he doesn't. He doesn't.
I don't even know if he knows if it's there, to be honest with you. Dylan in the sequence room, making it through this time. He's shaken off whatever gremlins were on his shoulder last time through. Dylan is going to be making his way into the final sequence room, and barring any huge mistake from the Belgian, it is going to be his 8th round win, and he will be going to match point if he wins this round. He has 2 more buttons to press here. Does Dylan. Hits the final button, barring any huge failure here. Any nerves. There are no nerves for the Dylanbroo guy. 122.19. Oof. Statement.
Wow.
Statement, Cap. Let these guys know that it is match point. We are heading to Castrum. Dylan is going to be on match point here, Null.
Zla doesn't know about that shot, man. 100% doesn't know about that shot for sure.
Yeah, Zla, I don't know how much he's practiced for the event. I don't know how much time he's dedicated, but he is missing 1 or 2 little tricks on every map that are really stopping him from taking control of this game.
True, man. Let's see what Dylan's got for us here.
Yeah, Dylan on match point. He has many, many match points. He only has to win 1 of the next 7 rounds in order to be crowned the 1v1 time attack champion. Can Zla deny him? That is the words. That is the question. On Zla. Huge, huge, huge mistake there. Zla feeling the pressure of match point, and it's all eyes on the left-hand side of your screen. It is Dylan. Dylan needs to get 1 standard cap. 1 standard cap. He's made 1 mistake. He's hit it this time.
The pressure, dude. Don't discount the pressure.
Dylan is shaking. I can tell. This is a high-pressure moment for Dylan, but he has such a lead due to that death. A death in BunnyTrack pretty much spells the end of your match, especially in a format like this. Can Dylan hold it together in the flag room? This is match point for Dylan. This is championship point here for Dylan. 1 last room to go for the Belgian. He's choked here once before. Will he hold it together here? Hits the first shot, hits the second shot, and null. I think that's it.
He's done it.
Dylan is your 1v1 time attack champion. Congratulations to Dylan, and congratulations to Zla, who put up a good fight, but ultimately it wasn't enough to face off against Dylan today.
But wow, Zla really turned up.
Zla really turned up, and I think he's got to be proud of himself.